Hello friends, this is Neeraj Kumar. I welcome you on behalf of KSG. Today we'll discuss about the global credit rating agencies. Be it the Asian financial crisis of 1997 or the subprime mortgage crisis of 2008, global credit rating agencies have been at the center of discussion and assessment for a very long time. Globally, there are three big players. They are Moody's Investor Services, in India represented by ICRA, Standard and Poor's, S&P, represented by CRISIL in India, and Fitch Group, and they are represented by India Ratings and Research. Credit rating agencies across the world have, by and large, tended to converge in their views. They may not actually give the same rating. Recently, in India's case, Fitch had retained the rating at triple B minus, but changed the outlook to negative from stable, while Moody had downgraded India, and the Standard and Poor's have retained the same rating. The commentary, however, remains the same for all the three, by and large similar in nature. Moody, in case of Moody's downgrading of rating to Baa3, while it was Baa2 earlier, is the first time in 22 years, and it has kept its outlook as negative. Credit rating agencies, what do they actually do? They assess the financial strength of companies and their ability to meet debt repayment obligations. What it means is that if you have taken some kind of a debt instrument or a loan, how capable you are to repay it. And the rating given to any debt or any instrument shows the agency's level of confidence about the borrower's ability to honor the obligation. They rate individual companies, stocks, corporate or municipal bonds, or even government. There's no standard scale amongst these three. They are typically expressed by letters corresponding to a potential risk. The highest rating in most cases is AAA, and the lowest rating is C or D according to the agency. In addition to the letter grade, a credit rating also consists of a forecast, and that's very important because it describes how the particular rating may change in the future. For example, a rating with a negative outlook may indicate a future downgrade. Each agency has its own methodology. These take into account quantitative, which is the financial data, qualitative, which is business strategy for a company, or political stability or economic policy for a country, and contextual criteria. It could be changes in industry for a company or public finances for a country. In case of countries, they rate economic management by sovereign governments after analyzing all official and other data, and also interact with government officials, policymakers, business leaders, and economists. The final rating represents the credit rating agency's evaluation of a broad credit risk at a given time. It does not constitute investment advice. The question that comes to our mind is, what role do they play? Investors across the globe take ratings into account to help manage their portfolios. A rating downgrade indicates a greater risk for the lender. Depending on the sensitivity of the market, the investors may require a higher return to protect against this risk, which in turn raises financing costs as they need to pay higher interest rate for the borrower. From a company or a government's perspective, a better rating helps raise funds at a cheaper rate. Firms and many governments that borrow from the international markets are extremely careful and very mindful of rating downgrades. What is their history? Standard Poor is the oldest agency. It was started in 1860 by Henry Poor to predict and analyze the finances of railroads. In India, CRISIL is the first rating agency started in 1988. Many market commentators agree that credit rating agencies contributed to the 2008 financial crisis. The big three, they miscategorize various junk loans and mortgages known as subprime mortgages as investment quality. These loans were later discovered to be worthless after the US housing bubble burst, which caused the subsequent financial crisis. And regulations were increased subsequently, and US introduced the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act of 2010. In India, often the government has complained that countries with higher levels of debt and a weak fiscal policy and situation have managed better ratings. And Indian policymakers have often criticized the ratings assigned by these agencies. We must keep in mind that the government of India has not issued a bond, a sovereign bond, or raised money directly in international markets so far. What it means is that to a good extent, a downgrade has very limited impact on the government finances. However, the impact is almost fully felt by the private firms or state-owned companies which raise foreign currency funds. In last year's budget, that is 2019, the government had announced its intention to go for a sovereign bond, but it has not moved and it has not been actioned as yet. It's very useful to keep in mind that despite the sovereign ratings being what they have been for a very long time, India has attracted plenty of portfolio investment into government and corporate debt, besides a huge quantity of foreign direct investment every year. Thank you.